Hello Walls! Okay, so today we're here, you're here to see me showing all the books that I bought in December. Right now, I don't know how many books I bought because they're not here, so I'm gonna pick them from my bookshelves one by one. And we're gonna see how bad I was this month as well, because yeah, it was kind of bad, I think. Yeah. The first book I got it from Cecilia, so she was my secret Santa in a tag that Anna Francesca created, and I got The Hazelwood by Melissa Albert. So yeah, The Hazelwood. I used to say Hazelwood, so Hazelwood. So I know this book, like, a lot of people loved it, a lot of people hated it. It's kind of mixed, I want to say, so I'm very curious. I love the cover. I love what it says it's gonna be. I love the synopsis kind of thing. From what I understood, this is gonna be the story of Alice. So Alice is a girl who spent most of her life on the road, and one day her grandmother is gonna die, and apparently her grandmother was some kind of writer or whatever. She was writing fairy tales, and she was living next to a forest, the Hazelwood. Next to a wood, not to a forest, whatever. Alice, she's gonna discover something, and she's gonna be like not lucky at all anymore. Her mother is gonna be like, I don't know, stolen from someone who lives in the Hazelwood or whatever. And apparently the fairy tales that the grandmother used to write about, well, they're not really only fairy tales. So I'm really intrigued, and yeah, thank you Cecilia again. But yeah, and it's not short, 350 something, but yeah, and the cover is gorgeous actually. I love that cover. So yeah. Okay, I'm just picking them one by one, so there is absolutely no particular order, in case you were wondering. So the second book I got is Scion of the Fox, The Realms of Ancient by S.M. Beiko. So I bought it on Magic Chest website because they had some sale. I've heard a few things about that book and I was like intrigued, so I wanted to try. To be honest, this is not one of the books I really know much about. I know we're gonna follow the main character. I think her name is Rowan. Yeah, Rowan. And apparently she lives with her very weird family kind of thing, and one day she's gonna be saved by some kind of fox. Yeah, the spirit named Seal is gonna save her from death. Ron's gonna get some power of some kind at that point, and she's gonna have to learn how to use it, etc. But also maybe she will discover some very deep like family secrets. So I'm really intrigued actually. This is it. And apparently the story is gonna take place in forests, in woods, in rivers, etc. So this is really the setting I really love, like the wild, etc. So I'm really into it, and the cover has a fox on it and snow and forest, so I'm all here for it. Then I got Fire and Heist by Beth Durst in my Fairy Loot box and in my Magic Chest box. To be honest, I forgot what it is about, so I think this is a story of a girl, Sky. So she has apparently some secrets in her family or whatever. She's capable of transforming herself into a dragon, which is kinda badass, I want to say. She's gonna discover some secrets because her mother disappeared, her boyfriend's gonna break up with her. She's gonna have to do some stuff in order to make her family look better, you know, go up in some kind of community rank. So she's gonna go on some kind of heist, but on her way to her heist, she's gonna discover secrets, deep secrets, dark, whatever. So to be honest, I'm not that intrigued by that book, but it's quite short. It's okay, so I will or do a buddy read or participate in the read along, so Fairy Loot read along, why not? But why not? Maybe I'm being just judgmental. Then I bought Neverwhere by Neil Gaiman, and I bought it because Neil Gaiman. I really have no other reason why I bought that book actually. I just know this is a story of a guy, Richard, if I remember well, and he's gonna be catapulted in that different London, and he's gonna discover how it looks like, etc, etc, and probably something's gonna happen, I don't remember. A single act of kindness catapults him out of his workday existence and into a world that is at once eerily familiar and utterly bizarre, and a strange destiny awaits him down here, beneath his native city Neverwhere. Oh, okay, so he wasn't from London at the very beginning? I don't know, but apparently you have like angels, knights, you have murderers, saints, monsters, girls, blah 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 and blah blah blah, like a lot of different kind of people, a lot of different kind of characters. So I'm really intrigued, and this is Neil Gaiman, and I also know that a lot of people that are not usually into Neil Gaiman's book did enjoy Neverwhere, so definitely I'm intrigued. Then the next book is something very different that I don't usually buy, but I decided that I will give it a go because I really enjoyed another book that I tried in 2018. And so this is Brief Answers to the Big Questions by Stephen Hawking. So this is a science book, and I don't know exactly what it is about. I know this is his last book that he wrote just before dying. It's about like the big questions. Are we alone here? Will humanity survive on Earth? Is there intelligence life beyond our solar system? Could artificial intelligence ever outsmart us, etc, etc. So I'm really intrigued. I love the cover as well, but that's because I've listened to Astrophysics for People in a Hurry by Neil deGrasse Tyson, and I just loved it so much, and I was so surprised by the fact that I'm not in the science field, but I understood everything and I really enjoyed everything, and everything was super interesting. So I wanted to give Stephen Hawking's book a try. So yeah, that's it. Then I got that book, so The Winter Riddle by Sam Hooker. I got it in my Magic Chest box in November, so we got 2 books in that box, so wait for the second one. Apparently the Winter Witch is gonna be asked to save the North Pole, whatever, and she's gonna ask Santa to help her, but this is not like the jolly Santa that we all know about. He's kind of, as you can see on the picture, not the happiest guy in the world, and apparently maybe he doesn't give a fuck about what's gonna happen to the Pole North, to the North Pole. Apparently there is some threat of war or whatever, and also there are Vikings in that book, so I'm all in for some Viking vibes with a mean Santa and with a Winter Witch. And this is happening in North Pole, so snowy, cold, blizzards, etc. So I'm intrigued actually, and it's short, not really, it's 350 pages, but it really sounds interesting. Will the Vikings take up arms against the frost giants? Will an evil necromancer keep the kingdom in the grip of fear? And for the love of Christmas, will everyone who isn't the Winter Witch please stop meddling with dark forces beyond mortal comprehension for a bit? So I'm all in for that kind of thing. It's really different from what I've read before. It sounds darker, but at the same time very like humorous, I want to say. I haven't heard anything about that book, and I haven't read any reviews on GoodReads, whatever, but I'm super intrigued, and I love the cover actually. So yeah, and it came with a signed book plate. So the next book, I bought it on Magic Chess website as well when she had some sale, and this is Foundryside, or Foundryside, I believe it's Foundryside, whatever, by Robert Jackson Bennett. Just so you know, Brandon Sanderson said something: the exciting beginning of a promising new epic fantasy series. Prepare for ancient mysteries, innovative magic, and heart-pounding heists. So I'm all in for that. So the main character is gonna try to save her world kind of thing, and I think she's probably gonna have to team up with some very weird allies. I want to say people that she doesn't really trust, but she will have to, and also that are not like very clean, let's say, like very, I mean, I'm just assuming, I absolutely don't know, but it sounds interesting. And now I'm going to show you the second book that we got in the November Magic Chess box, and this is Empress of All Seasons by Emiko John. I don't know how you say that. Apparently this is a story of Mary who's gonna try to become the Empress of the Empire, because in that world everyone can become the Empress, because I just have to get trained their entire life, I mean just whatever, and one day they're gonna have to go on some kind of trials, you know, the competition, whatever, and they're gonna have to go through some different rooms. So you have winter, spring, summer, and autumn, and you know, they have to win, and then at the end they can marry the prince, etc, etc. And yeah, everyone can try to become the Empress except for some yokai. Yokai are apparently some people who are capable of some magic. They can turn into monsters, and obviously if they can do that, they have like some kind of power, they're stronger, etc., so they cannot participate in it. But Mary, the main character, is apparently a yokai, so she's gonna have to team up with some very weird people but very funny people in order to get what she wants. And by the way, I think that the prince doesn't want that empire or doesn't want to get married, blah blah blah, something like that, so could be interesting. And I also got a signed booklet, which is super nice. And in the back it says, "I'm very sorry, but from this moment you're dead." So yeah. The next book I'm gonna show you is an ARC, so an advanced reader copy that we got in the Fairly box of the December one, and I'm so excited for that one. And this is The Storm Crow by Kalyn Josephson. Look at that cover, like anything with feathers. And I know a lot of people were like, "Oh wow, I've never heard about that book," and I'm like, what? It's been everywhere on Bookstagram lately, and everyone talked about it on GoodReads, so I saw it like billions of times, and that's why I added to my wish list before opening the Fairy Loot box and see that book. But I was surprised that nobody else saw it anywhere, so I don't know. Did you know about that book before showing it to you, or before you got your Fairy Loot box? I'm really curious. And this book is coming out in July, I believe, in July, yeah, July 9th, and it has 368 pages. What really pumped me up for that book is that it says Eragon meets An Eye Darkened. So I haven't read An Eye Darkened, but I would like to one day if I have time to do so. But Eragon is one of my favorite series, and I don't know why nobody talks about it, because this is so good. I know I didn't like the movie, I really hated the movie, but I found the series really well written, etc., and I'm super excited because apparently the writer is actually writing another series, which I don't know which one it is. I'm really happy just because it says Eragon. Yeah, logic. I honestly believe this is gonna be kind of cliche or kind of tropey, but this is a story of a fallen princess who is gonna like create a rebellion of some kind because she wants to bring her people and their power kind of thing back, to bring back the magical elemental crows who were taken from her people. It sounds like 1000 other YA fantasy, but crows first. And second, yeah, that's all I needed. If you hear me saying that it's tropey and too cliche and too predictable and whatever, you can tell me you knew it. You knew it, so don't complain. But yeah, beautiful cover, and I love that this is an ARC. Then I bought 2 books from the same author, and actually I met her on Instagram because we were both reps for Unplugged Book Box, and I didn't know she was a writer actually, so one day we were talking and she told me that, and I was like looking on GoodReads, her books, and I bought 2 of her books. So her first book is The Nirvana Threads by Rachel Tremblay, and the second one is Topaz, and look at the covers. This is totally my aesthetic, like black, red. I love it so much. And this is very funny because look from closer, like, yeah, this is really funny. And apparently this is like a magical punk, and there is some kind of romance in it, but the fact that it is punk, that this is set in the 19s, not everyone has a cell phone, etc., really intrigues me because back then it was good, life was good. Okay, I was born in 90, but you know what I mean, like, yeah. The main character has some kind of accident and she survived some traumatic events, so she's gonna go back to her parents, but she's gonna start to see stuff that she doesn't understand. So she's supposed gonna freak out or whatever, but she's gonna try to understand them. So I'm intrigued, and this is very short, so yeah. For this one, I love that it says, in an absurd dystopian fantasy world does the unthinkable of following her heart through the strangest of portals, revealing the truths of her destiny. I didn't need more. The next book is a book I got in my Unplugged Book Box, and this is Beneath the Citadel by Destiny Soria, or Soraya, I don't know how you pronounce her name, but I was so excited about this one because I was planning on reading it. It was already on my wish list, so I'm happy about that one. And I love the cover. The cover is like gorgeous, and there is a character in the book whose name is Newt, and we got a little card, you know, in the box, and I was like, oh, Newt, how come Newt is in that box? But actually it was a Newt from, you know, a Fantastic Beast, but Newt from here. So yeah, Our main character is Casa, and apparently they live in a society where not everything is like fair, I want to say, with some kind of politicians or whatever, and she just wants to fight back, and she's gonna do it with her friends who are kind of weird allies as well. I feel like a lot of books have like unusual allies for the main character, but it sounds intriguing. I mean, it sounds like other books as well. I love what's under that, because apparently Casa, so the main character, she's gonna fight back because apparently her parents did that before her, and they left some kind of weight on her shoulders, let's say, and she wants to prove herself that she's capable of that. So I think she's gonna try to do that in the memory of her parents in a broken society, and she's gonna meet amazing friends, etc. So I'm really intrigued. It's quite not a short book, but I'm intrigued, so I'm happy I got that book. It was on my wish list, and I love that fucking cover, like honestly. I have so many books to read. I don't know how I'm gonna do that. Yeah. And the last one is simply Death Note Volume 3, so book 5 and 6 from the manga. So I was like looking on my GoodReads, you know, goals, whatever, how many books I've read, and this counts as one book, but actually it's 2 books, so that's not fair. GoodReads, you should change that. But yeah, I don't care. Death Note, the cover is gorgeous. I mean, that edition is gorgeous, so I'm a fan, and I want to continue. I think the series, I mean this edition, they have like 6 books, 7 books. They don't have that many books, I think, because this is a short manga as well. Like, it's a short anime or whatever. It's not that long, not like other series, I mean other mangas who are like 14 seasons long. But I'm really excited about that one. Actually, I got 14 books in December, which is super bad. But actually there is one that I will be giving for a giveaway. And there is 1 manga, and 5 books are actually coming from boxes. Yeah, so it's not actually that bad. I didn't buy that many books, but as usual, I don't care. In January, I won't be buying that many books. I will get a lot of boxes, I think, because I'm getting the special edition of Illumi Crate for the King of Scars by Leigh Bardugo. So wolves, thank you for watching this video. I really hope you enjoyed it. Let me know how many books you bought, or if you read any of the books I showed you. Just let me know if you enjoyed it. Yeah, so wolves, I'm gonna leave you here. See you soon in another video. Till then, talk to me in the comments. Take care. Bye.